So today we went out and we joined a demonstration for war resistors, where MP Olivia Chow spoke, as well as other war resistors. And we really enjoyed ourselves at this meeting. However, we found some resistance. We found the war resistors resisting us and resisting the truth. And maybe, VK, you'd like to comment on that?
Well, yeah, I think, it's a mistake to take up the cause and then stop looking for more information. I myself was sort of normally anti-war, and then I just kept looking, and I kept recognizing there were qualified, intelligent people who were speaking about 9/11 and explaining it in a way that made more sense than 19 guys from Saudi Arabia attacking us so we blow up Iraq and Afghanistan. Again, 9/11 truth is one of those things that it's the truth. It's been certified by so many people that it's convinced me. And for the war resistors out there, we are supportive of their cause. This is not a question of one cause versus the other. We feel that 9/11 truth is complementary to the anti-war movement, the anti-globalization movement, because 9/11 as an event was what the sort of global corporate financial banking elite are using to socially engineer us into accepting a world where we're constantly scared of terrorists that they can't seem to find, like Osama bin Laden 6 years later.
We are out here to inform people, and we are here to fight the info war. Above all else, we are independent in a sense that we will allow people to do their own investigations and to look at all the facts. But when one doesn't look at all the facts and simply calls us retards or stupid, do you think that is a defeatist attitude?
Absolutely. I mean, who gets angry? You know what I mean? Who really gets angry? The people that scream at 9/11 truthers, you have to ask why. Why would you get so incredibly angry at people who are talking about 9/11 truth?
There goes one of those boys to Afghanistan. He's leaving right now.
It's unfortunate, but a great Canadian named Alan Watt at cuttingthroughthematrix.com has talked about the military's formal plans to wear out soldiers so that when they get back, they are defenseless against the possible future police state actions or United Nations troops. I know this is heavy stuff, but to be perfectly honest, they don't treat the soldiers well. 25% of America's homeless are former veterans, mostly Vietnam veterans. So you have to ask if the people at the top are treating the soldiers well, regardless of what they say on TV. You have to look at the actual facts. And the fact is, these people are brave, these people are courageous, these people are in their minds and in their propaganda thinking they're doing a good job. But in reality, the people above them are not treating them nearly as well as they should. You check out $100 billion every few months to support the troops. You check out Walter Reed Hospital in the U.S. where the troops ain't got no boots and got crappy care, and the services are horrible that are provided for them. Counseling, therapy, healthcare, etc. So this really is for the troops, for the cops, for the soldiers, for everybody out there who is part of this system to understand that the premise, the basis of all this, the myth of 9/11 is in fact false and a false flag event.
And there are young people going over to Afghanistan. Some of them just simply for the money and big screen TVs, as we've seen. That is simply their motivation. So it's also to drive those young kids into war and to give them the idea that it's okay to go to war.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the war resistors cause is part and parcel of that. We shouldn't be fighting wars. I mean, wars are ridiculous. The worst thing in history. We've known this for years. World War II was supposed to be the war to end all wars. What happened? 20th century, chock full of wars. So a lot of the propaganda around wars, around why we fight, is a load of crap. And again, the military-industrial complex runs the media. There are some good journalists in there, but just like a lawyer knows he can't wear a tracksuit to work, journalists know what they can't say at work and what they can't write if they want to keep their jobs and pay their mortgages, etc. So it's important for us as the public to push the truth out there, to ensure that we talk about the truth so it becomes very, very normal to talk about. It has happened in other countries. The Italian Parliament exposed their false flag events, Operation Gladio, where NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the sort of British and American military, staged terror attacks throughout Europe, blamed it on the communists in order to crack down on leftist and socialist groups. So criminal elements within government do this. It's very, very normal, and it's something that we have to avoid happening here. It's already happened 6 years ago, and again, if we can expose this, we can stop it from happening in the future. The bottom line is that we have to get to the root of these problems. You know, a lot of activists, Jacob, say money runs the world, but then they don't know how. And so if you really want to help the people you're trying to help, figure out how money runs the world, and you will in fact track it back to the people who control our money supply, control our money system, and the reasons they want to control us.
There's a prison to fill. There's a country soul that reads post no bills. There's a strike in the line of cops outside of the mill. 'Cause there's a right to obey and there's the right to kill.